Gronkowski, draw play Fullwood, and John Carter forces a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys, Del Rio. He's running away. He may score. Del Rio runs the fumble back for the touchdown.
Oh, how do you turn it around like that?
Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson, the new leaders of the Dallas Cowboys, knew that turning around this team would not be a quick or easy process. But the blueprint for a return to glory was built on a solid foundation of youth, enthusiasm, and a growing abundance of athletic talent on both sides of the ball. In 1989, the bright hopes of preseason dimmed into darkness as the Cowboys suffered through one of the harshest seasons in their proud and storied history. Expressways to easy touchdowns were rerouted by a wave of the flagman's hand. Often triumph was just a fingertip away. Sometimes when they were speeding toward a victory lap, the Cowboys were forced to pull over for an unscheduled pit stop. But if you looked at a ledger of wins and losses, you would totally miss the bottom line of the 1989 Cowboys. This was a team that took far more steps forward than backward. A team that never quit in any game it played. A team that was looking forward to regaining the glory of its past. A team that was traveling full speed, back to the future. Wow. The winds of fate blew strong and hard against the Dallas Cowboys in 1989, and Lady Luck did not often touch the team with her favors. Wow. It took a while before this first team under Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson walked out of the shadows. But even in defeat, the Cowboys packed stadiums, and in Week 6, their progress was evident against the resurgent Kansas City Chiefs.
Nick Lowry kicks off for the Chiefs. His leg's going to get tired. James Dixon takes it at the 3, brings it up, left 15, 20, 25, 30, cutback 40. Dixon's gone, 40-yard line. James Dixon, 97 yards for the Cowboys touchdown.
Facing a Chiefs defense that ranks second in the NFL in 1989, the versatile Cowboy offense rolled up and down Arrowhead Stadium. The Cowboys scored 4 touchdowns, but suffered a disappointing 36-28 loss. And it wasn't until Week 9 in Washington that Jimmy Johnson saw bright signs on the horizon, and the Dallas Cowboys ended a long climb to their first victory. The Cowboy defense shut down the second-best offense in the NFL and neutralized a passing attack that produced the most yards in pro football. The offensive line overpowered the arch-rival Redskins and walled off their pass rush. While rookie quarterback Steve Walsh skillfully squeezed the ball into the narrowest spaces, Cowboy running backs found broad boulevards.
Draw play up the middle to Palmer, to the 30, Palmer to the 20, Palmer to the 10, Palmer to the 5. Finally they catch him at the 4-yard line. Palmer and Johnston in the I formation, 3 tight ends, second and goal. Jennings motion right. Walsh handoff, Palmer diving up top. Touchdown, Cowboys. 5, 4, count it off with me, Dale. 3, 2, 1.
They done it, Brad. They done it.
Here's your 0-16. The ball game is over. The Cowboys have won 2 years in a row at RFK Stadium.
And Jimmy Johnson is one happy man.
And the final score, the Dallas Cowboys 13.
This first sweet victory was the emotional high point of the season, but it was 2 other games that showed the Cowboys how far they had come and how far they still had to go. In Phoenix, Troy Aikman displayed the power and poise that made him the first pick in the NFL draft. The young quarterback passed for an NFL rookie record of 367 yards and led the Cowboy attack to a staggering total of 450 yards.
Here's the snap back to Aikman out of the shotgun. Has good protection, now flushed out. Hit as he throws over the middle. Dixon at midfield. He's got the sideline. He could go. Touchdown, Dixon!
Great quarterbacks win games in the final minutes. And Aikman looks like at least he did his part of it. Now it's up to the defense on 3rd and 4th downs here.
It is 3rd down and about 4. Tupa to throw it out deep right. Down the sideline. Oh, it's caught. Here he goes to the 30. Here he goes to the 20. It is Ernie Jones again, walking in with a Cardinal touchdown.
Unbelievable!
While many opponents relished dancing on the Cowboys' grave this season, they had better dance as fast as they can, because the fancy steps in future seasons will be choreographed by the Dallas Cowboys. Moves and steps that almost produced victory against one of pro football's powerhouses, the Los Angeles Rams.
Throws right, first down, and breaking away now is Dixon, 25, 20. Dixon looking for room, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Cowboys. Aikman back to throw. Pressure, throws it in the end zone, it's a touchdown. And the Cowboys, down 14-0 in the first quarter, are now ahead of the Rams.
Jimmy Johnson talked for 10 days about the importance of turnovers. We're seeing it perfectly here.
59 yards in 8 plays for the Cowboys score, and Zendejas kicks off now deep down the middle, and it'll be Brown muffing it in the end zone. Picks it up, comes left to the 5, and Solomon, he bobbles it. Cowboys get it at the 5-yard line. Hendricks gets up, struggles to the 2. Cowboys leading 24-21. Snap is back, Rams blitz. Loop to the right side of the end zone, Bernard Ford, touchdown Cowboys!
The Cowboys outscored the playoff-bound Rams 31-7 during one stretch of the game, but they failed to preserve the lead and victory deep in the 4th quarter.
Disappointed, yes. Disappointed in our team, no. Disappointed in our coaches, no. Disappointed for them. A lot of times I went down on the sideline during the game. The reason I wanted to be there was to basically show my support, not only to our teams, but any fans that might be aware that I was down there. Basically a feeling of being together at a time when things weren't necessarily going good. Jimmy Johnson is the heart and soul of the Dallas Cowboys in this respect. The greatest tribute to Jimmy Johnson this year is that he didn't lose the football team.
The guys gave great effort. I think to the very last ball game, they were giving great effort trying to win. And I think we at least established an attitude there that we are going to give maximum effort. If I'm going to expect them to be positive and expect them to be enthusiastic, then I've got to be positive and enthusiastic.
Oh, it's great playing for Coach Johnson because he does have the enthusiasm. You know, I'm the type of guy myself, I like playing with a lot of enthusiasm myself. But you see all this enthusiasm, all the energy that he has and all the energy that he exerts. I said, well, hey, man, this is great because with his enthusiasm, it just helped each player be that much better. I think by playing with a lot of enthusiasm, it makes a player even better than he really is. And he's that type of coach.
It's been about as enjoyable a situation as what it could be, and the main reason for that is Coach Johnson's attitude towards the game. And we go out and we work hard, but he's able to keep it fun, and he makes sure his assistant coaches are keeping it fun for us as well. And he's been a real treat to play for.
The unwavering spirit of Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson was infectious and spread throughout the roster. On special teams, there was Luis Zendejas, Mike Saxon, and the hitman, Bill Bates. The return units featured David Howard, Scott Ankrum, and number 86, James Dixon, whose 25-yard return average ranked him second in the NFL. Fielding punts was quick and elusive Derek Shepard, one of the most dangerous players in the league in the open field. Speed is the essence of special teams, and a quality that the Cowboys are trying to infuse throughout every unit on defense. In 1989, the defensive line made rapid strides and keyed the dramatic improvement in the second half of the season. Inside at tackle came fast-pursuing Willie Broughton, number 79. Number 60, Dean Hamill, used his power to push up the middle and clog and close down the passing and running lanes. Aiding Hamill's fierce charge was number 73, Danny Noonan, who will now rush from the outside along with talented young Tony Tolbert, number 92. The steadiest player on the line was Jim Jeffcoat, number 77, a 7-year pro who disrupted offenses for major losses, including 11.5 sacks in 1989.
They blitz, Rippon. Here's the blitz from Horton. Horton gets him. It's a fumble. It's picked up by Jeffcoat, and Jeffcoat's running away. Jeffcoat is to the 30. Jim Jeffcoat, number 77, returns the Redskin fumble. 77 yards for a Cowboys touchdown.
The Cowboys scored 3 touchdowns on defense last season, and more big plays are expected from a secondary that includes great athletes such as Robert Williams, number 23, and Manny Hendricks, number 45. Coming from the Vikings in the blockbuster Herschel Walker trade was a big, agile cornerback named Isaac Holt, number 30. Bill Bates was a big hitter as a situation specialist in the secondary. The Cowboys must cause more turnovers, and interceptions must come from Ron Francis, number 38, and Vince Albritton, number 36. Rounding out the deep defense was the smart veteran safety, Ray Horton, number 20. Defensively, the position that enjoyed the most depth was linebacker. It is a position that places a premium on athletic ability and has become the glamour position in pro football. A consistent performer on the outside was Jack Del Rio, number 55. Number 54, Jesse Solomon, was acquired from the Vikings for his mobility, stringing out a sweep, then strangling it. Solomon was a big hitter, as was number 51, Ken Norton, who began to show big potential and big play abilities. But the star of the defense was Eugene Lockhart, number 56, a classic 4-3 middle linebacker who hit like a heavyweight right hand to the heart.
Eugene had a great year for us. We felt like it was a Pro Bowl type year. He set a career record for tackles. He learned the defense. He made the adjustment probably quicker than some of the other defensive players, and that's one reason he had a great year.
A good, intimidating defense can intimidate an offense. Man, if you're knocking guys around on the offense and you put fear in people hard, that's the type of things that linebackers like to do, put fear in running backs or make them not want to come down that line of scrimmage anymore.
The ability to diagnose plays, then destroy them, helped Lockhart make an incredible 222 tackles, 154 of them solo, a total that led the NFL and led the hitting machine to all-pro status.
Kowski may be changing the play now and fumbles the snap. It's rolling around loose at the 50-yard line, still loose at the 45, picked up by the Cowboys at the 40. Gene Lockhart going to the 30, Lockhart to the 20. Gene Lockhart, touchdown Cowboys!
Oh, yeah. What a play, what a play. And what a move he made when he picked up that loose ball.
Next season, a young Cowboy offense is primed to make its own move. It will move on the broad backs of the offensive line, a unit that returns youngsters Kevin Gogan, Mark Tuanay, Nate Newton, Dave Weidel, Jeff Zimmerman, Mark Stepnowski, and Crawford Kerr. Behind these mow-the-man-down blockers will be young Darryl Johnston, who displayed the hands, running ability, and toughness that the fullback position requires. Johnston's ability as a receiver produced 3 touchdowns in 1989. The Cowboys' second leading receiver last season was sure-handed tight end Steve Folsom, number 85. Crafty Kelvin Martin, number 83, was the team leader with 46 catches, a total that included many spectacular grabs. Next season, Martin will come back from major knee surgery, as will Michael Irvin, a receiver who has the potential to become one of the NFL's great pass catchers. A player who is not just a face in the crowd, but someone who jumps out of a crowd.
Back to throw, has good protection. Throwing deep over the middle, and the ball is caught by Irvin at the 45. Room to run to the 30. Irvin to the 20, one man to beat. Gets a block, cuts to the 5. Touchdown, Michael Irvin.
When the Cowboys possess enough sparkling young stars to fill up a galaxy, they will follow an orbit charted by quarterback Troy Aikman, a course that will put the team back among pro football's constellations. The rookie quarterback displayed both power and touch, the ability to either muscle the ball through tight coverage or to feather it when finesse was the proper solution to a defense.
Well, Troy's a very talented player, and we knew he had the physical talents. We knew he was an intelligent quarterback. But the thing that has impressed me more than anything else is the poise that he's played with. He's had to struggle some because he has such an inexperienced supporting cast. With the situation, Troy has played above the expectations of everybody.
Aikman is also agile and quick, traits that allowed him to transform broken plays into big ones. In just over half a season, he passed for nearly 1,800 yards and 9 touchdowns. But the arm of one man will not carry the Cowboys to victory. It will take an entire team united on a mission to be the best. That is the blueprint for the Cowboys' exciting future.
With as young a team as what we have, with the strength that we have at quarterback, with all the draft picks that we have, I really believe that we're going to make some major steps in the next couple of years.
A bold step in Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson's aggressive strategy for the future was the acquisition of a league-leading 16 Plan B free agents. 4 key acquisitions are offensive lineman Tony Slayton from the Los Angeles Rams, Keith Jones, a swift running back from the Browns, a tough and talented tight end from the Cardinals, number 85, Jay Novacek, and the exciting receiver and punt returner from the Bears, Dennis McKinnon. The foundation has been set by the Cowboys' young, dynamic owner. The boundless energy of Jerry Jones is focused on one goal. With top young talent coming from the draft, the Dallas Cowboys in 1990 will begin their all-out sprint toward tomorrow. A race to reclaim the glory they have known. A race that will take them back to the future.
We're dedicated to taking our resources, time and money, and putting it out on that field so that our fans can have a winning football team.